Hey everyone, welcome back. Today is a little bit of a change, a little bit of a pleasant surprise. It's a long-awaited interview from my friends in the Discord that are aware of this, of the interview with my wife, Mrs. Adam. Now, all the questions are coming from people that we know in the Discord, and just as a warning, I had to turn up the gain on the audio a little bit to make myself a little bit clearer to hear. So those with headphones, please beware. With that out of the way, let's get started with the interview. Hope you enjoy it. All right. So, let's start with your favorite TV show.
My favorite TV show. That's hard. I like a lot of them. Criminal Minds.
Yeah, you've watched that one pretty long.
I've watched that a million times. I like the quotes before and after.
Anyone in particular stick out for you?
No.
Do you like video games?
And I want to say you know that I do. But yes, I love video games. Preferably anything that's RPG. Or if I can handle a sniper rifle, I'm good.
Your favorite movie genre?
Horror.
Speaking of horror, which representation of Pennywise do you like the best?
The original. The original. That was the scariest and the best, I think.
You played that really well.
Extremely well. I didn't care for the new one. They didn't seem to focus on the fear as much.
Yeah. And while we're on the subject of films, what's your favorite film? Your favorite film and one that you hate, absolutely can't stand.
Oh god, and tell you the one I hate is the original Blair Witch Project. That was so ridiculous. Let's see, my favorite, I have so many. Drag Me to Hell.
So let's move to a couple other little personal things. One of the questions that we got was 5 songs that you like.
Oh my goodness. I'm not good at naming the songs. I really can. Let's just skip that.
Yeah.
I do have a very eclectic taste in music. I like everything from Beethoven, Bach, to country to headbanger music, though. So I mean, it really just depends.
Yeah. Favorite beverage?
Coke.
And then this is one of those questions that causes war. Pineapple on pizza.
I am so not for pineapple on pizza. I get the whole, sweet and salty genre, like Deadpool, of course, but I get it, but it's not my thing because I don't really even care for pineapple that much. So yeah, I can't do it on a pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza is supposed to be salty and greasy and gooey and good. Yeah, no. Pineapple does not deserve to even be on pizza.
No. All right. And we've got one last question, food related. Chocolate or vanilla ice cream?
Well, as you know, I prefer vanilla. As you know, you found out on Valentine's Day that I am a freak of nature and do not like chocolate at all in any form or shape. So, definitely vanilla.
All right. And from here, the questions get a little more entertaining. Sticking to videos, if Lucifer was in front of you and had a nice ass, would you slap him?
It depends if are we talking about Lucifer from television?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd slap his ass. I love you, baby. Sorry. That would be, that would be if Lucifer existed. But yeah.
Speaking of, let's see here. What some of the questions that we got was one in particular was, what do you think of me being an atheist?
And, well, as you know, I've never had a problem with it. Um, I personally believe that everyone should have their own beliefs. I mean, I don't think anyone should follow their parents' beliefs or their friends. I'm one to, encourage individual thinking.
Was it when you first found out I was an atheist? It kind of took you by surprise for a second there. Well,
Yeah.
one of the questions that we got was whether or not it was difficult for you to accept that I don't believe in God.
At first, well, I mean, we were in high school, so I mean, I think everybody's beliefs there were a little off, and I was raised in a religious environment, so I didn't really understand the whole atheism thing. In fact, I thought atheism meant worshiping Satan. Of course, that's what they teach you in Christianity and everything else. So,
Yeah.
but once I found out that was not true, I mean, I never had a problem with it. I just didn't understand it at first.
Right. And now, everyone in my circles and everyone that we know,
Hmm.
they know we've got two kids, and they're wondering if we let our kids explore and come to their own decisions, and what are some ways that we've reached compromises religiously with the kids.
Well, we've always encouraged them to think for themselves, and I've always, me and you both, have always believed that they should come to their own conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and when you were raised, you were being raised to, in Christianity, like with your mother and
Yeah.
everything. Even though you did the scientific thing, but pretty much I feel like I was forced to believe it, So
You were exposed to it from a far younger age than I
yeah,
was.
yeah, really. So
But outside of that, just the kids make their
yeah,
own
definitely the
determination.
kids make their own determination. I just I don't care. It's up to them what they want to believe. Yeah, as long as they follow their heart and they're happy, that's all that I care about, and I know that's all that you care about too. Because I don't want them to have to go through the same things you or I went through religious wise.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see here. Another one that popped up was asking what ways have our differences in beliefs made our relationship harder or easier?
Oh, let's see. I mean, we've always gotten along so well. I mean, we don't, I mean, we have regular arguments, over normal things. I mean, but we've honestly never argued about anything with what we believe in, our belief system.
Yeah.
So I think our relationship is stronger because because we do our own thing and we believe in, because as you know, your belief is different. You're an atheist and I'm a theist, and we believe a little differently in that area, but it's never caused any issue or torment,
Yeah.
So, um, I know that I think that alone helps us both be happier in our relationship because we can depend on each other for the support for whatever we believe.
Yeah. That leads into the big question, courtesy of Snail. Um,
Hey, Snail.
She asked one that ties into a prior question that I got, and I don't remember where that one came from,
Okay.
but it ties into with the journey that you took from the belief that you had when you were a kid
Mm-hmm.
to where you are now. What's transpired? How's that journey
Well, let's
progressed?
see. That could go on, I think, for days, honestly, because, um, well, my my parents, I wouldn't call them Christians, but they believe in God, and then so I mean, and I was made to go to church and stuff, and then when I was a teenager, I moved in with my grandparents, who were extremely religious, Seventh Day Adventist, hardcore, um, missionary trips. They were on the board of several boarding schools, in fact, that I attended. I graduated from a Christian academy and everything, I mean, I just went through the whole thing, and then when I was 18, I married a preacher.
Okay.
And then, um, if I don't know if most of you know, but being a preacher's wife is almost like being in the army. You do what you're told. Um, it was insanely. I was mentally abused. Just it was terrible. But um, I meant to mention something earlier too. When I was a kid, a friend of mine took me to her church.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the snake
Oh, the
thing?
snake. Yeah, when they started
Yeah,
snake
and
handlers
they
or whatever.
started bringing out snakes and said that as long as letting them crawl, the poisonous snakes crawl over their children and babies and stuff like that. I was out the fucking door. I mean, can I cuss?
Yeah.
I was out the door, man, because I was like, what the hell? These people honestly believed that you could hold these poisonous snakes, and if you didn't get bit, you were saved by God.
And even if you did get bit, if they preyed on you and you got
Yeah,
better.
yeah, and even if you did get bit, it's God's will. I mean,
Yeah.
look, I prayed from the time I was a little girl until years ago, and I've never seen a miracle. I've never seen anything where it's proven that anything exists as far as heavenly. Um,
So we could say that it went from what was initially a strong
a
belief,
strong belief in God
and then
to
it's gradually
a
just.
wavering fall, I think, because I'm not really sure what I believe in right now. I mean, I think there's a good in the world. I've seen, I know there's still good in the world, and I believe there's something out there. I don't know if it's a God, I don't know what it is, but I do believe in something. Um, Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if that's a hope, that there's something else after,
Right.
where I could see my family and friends that I've lost, what everybody hopes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I've never been touched by God or an angel or anything. But, I mean, like I said, I don't knock people who do believe that even after everything I went through. I don't knock them because, they need to believe. I mean, if they need to believe that, then that's okay.
Yeah.
That's as long as they don't try to force it on me. I'm not going to force mine on them
Yeah.
because hell, I don't even know what mine is.
Yeah.
I believe there's something good and there's something evil because I believe if there's one good, there's bad. I mean, but honestly, I don't know where I stand on any beliefs. I can't ground myself to anything. So, um, you showed me the definition. I'm sorry. Of a theist, and it sounds more like my area, but at the same time,
Yeah.
so I'm not so everybody knows that. But that's where I stopped believing in that God.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, now I'm just not really sure, but I hope there's something out there. But here's the thing, if there isn't, I'm okay with it. If there is, I'm good with it too. So I think that's where I'm at with that.
Now you're still exploring a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And one of the questions that came up was it's kind of a flexible one. It's when it's about when you settled on your current beliefs, right around, just
like where I am now.
Yeah, just a roundabout time, a roundabout age, about where you settled on where you're at right about now.
Probably this last year.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, this last year. Because when Jolene was born, after the doctors told me I only had a 1% chance of having kids,
Yeah.
and everybody was saying it was God's miracle, and I just kept thinking, and I don't know if this sounds horrible or whatever, but I kept thinking, it's scientific, my body.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a miracle, it just happened. The doctors thought they knew my body and they didn't.
Yeah.
So, it was science. That's what I thought. And I guess most people would agree and some would disagree, but that's what I felt. And I love my daughter, and I love my son, and I love my family, and but I just we did that.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna fail at something, it only took what, a year?
Yeah.
About a year. So
the last question that came up,
all right,
I saved it for last, is what do you think of my videos and my channel in general?
I think that you are very talented, and I think that it's what's the word? It's not underdeveloped, but it's under
undersubbed and under.
more people should see it. I wish it
undersubbed.
could get around more than, because unless certain people, land on it, I wish more people could see it.
Yeah.
Because I think what you're teaching is really, a lot of people need to know it. I know you've said a lot of stuff on there that I needed to hear, especially with my wavering beliefs. So, and some people need to hear that they're not the only ones, especially me, because it's until we got together, I thought that I thought I was going to go to hell, like me thinking, questioning, that or whatever. But now I know that's not even close to being true.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else?
Is there anything else you want to
add? Adopt a cat.
You can find me on Twitter, Discord, and Patreon. Links will be in the description. If you aren't a patron, consider becoming one. Patrons get my content 2 days early through the Discord, and as always, stay curious.